YTPC Padre Piper coming to you via the virtual airwaves of YouTube, saying hello, YouTube Pipe Community. I hope you are doing well. I wanted to take to the virtual airwaves today, not necessarily to smoke a pipe with you. I'm unfortunately having some allergy issues. You might notice my voice sounds a little scratchy, but I am enjoying some green tea in my Country Squire tobacconist mug. Cheers over to the good guys at the Country Squire, John David. Hope you are doing well. And I moved to go to the airwaves, the virtual airwaves of YouTube today, almost in a little bit of a video response to my good friend Ghost Cobb. I know a lot of folks are following him, and you know that he's had some struggles lately. One of the beautiful things I really appreciate about the YTPC is the care within the community, that people aren't afraid to ask for help, even spiritual help, prayers. I don't often talk about it on my channel, who I'm praying for, but when I come across folks asking for that, that goes on my personal pastoral priestly prayer list, and I pray for the causes that are brought up in the YTPC. One of the things that I really like about Ghost Cobb is he does something on Fridays he calls 5 for Friday, and so I thought I would take this Friday to honor him for that, and if he doesn't mind, to also sort of steal that idea, since I don't know, a couple of weeks ago I stole some content ideas from Derek Tant. And I wanted to do a bit of a 5 for 5 as well, or 5 for Friday. Here's the story behind it. Last week I had actually been in conversation with another member of the YTPC, Mark VV. And we were talking, and I was saying how I had I don't remember if I was approaching or I had just crossed the line for 1,000 subscribers. And interestingly, I have never really paid much attention to subscription numbers. And I had started paying attention to subscription numbers. And it was interesting because it bothered me, because what I was realizing is that whatever that 1,000 meant, it was meaning something to me, and it shouldn't. It just shouldn't. I didn't join YouTube to post videos to see if I could get 1,000 subscribers or 100 subscribers. In fact, I was surprised when I got to triple digits. I'm even more surprised to be at 1,000. But having said that, what I noticed is that I was invested in ego at that time, and it really kind of bothered me. And I remember telling Mark that I was amazed that many people would subscribe to this channel, for any number of reasons. Number one, there are much better pipe and tobacco presenters out there than me. Number two, there are much better looking pipe and tobacco presenters in the YTPC than I, and there are folks with better content, there are better speakers, the list just goes on. So I'm humbled by that. I'm in awe of that. It amazes me. And then I'd also had another experience on YouTube 6-8 years ago with a ministry channel that struggled to get a couple of dozen subscribers, and I think I knew them all. They were like friends and family who felt sorry for me, subscribed to my ministry channel. So the fact that I was reaching this 1,000-point threshold was getting to me. There was an ego investment, and I don't like that about myself. And so, fortunately, I've gotten over it. But at any rate, last Friday, I was listening to Cobb's 5 for Friday. And I'll admit, I was kind of I was here in the office, I was only half listening, multitasking, and he got toward the end of the video where he gives his 5 recommendations for the week. And he said something about one of the recommendations this week was going to be a veteran, and I was still kind of only half listening, and then I heard my name. I heard him say Padre Piper, and I thought maybe I was going a little bit crazy. And I kind of looked over and started focusing back in on more of what he was saying, and he indeed was giving a shout out to me in this particular video and this was a tough video for him because it was in advance of him going to a really hard doctor's appointment. And I was touched. And I was touched at how touched he was. Pardon me one moment. I was touched at how touched he was. And I guess I had known I was the first person to subscribe to his channel because he had told me that before. I was never quite aware, I guess, how touching that was to him. And so it dawned on me that even though when I had a ministry channel and only had a couple of dozen folks or so subscribing, that in some ways this channel here also is a ministry in a certain way. I didn't set out for it to be that way, but it is, because I do follow folks and I listen to them and I watch them and I pray for them, and we go through things together as a community. And so in that spirit, and kind of as a tribute to what Cobb does with his channel, I wanted to do a 5 for 5 today. And I've actually I'm doing 5 for Fridays. I keep calling them 5 for 5. 5 for Friday. I'm doing 2 of them. I want to do an oldies, the kind of veterans type, and what I'm defining that as folks who have been around and have 500 or more subscribers, and then the newer side of things, the folks who are less than that, less than 500, and a couple of them less than 100, because those are the ones I think that we can really be encouragement to. I remember when I first got on how encouraging it was from people like Matches. From people like Eddie Gray. His channel wasn't called Pipe Nook back then. He had swapped it. But I just remember that. And so I want to be sort of an encouragement to some of the newer folks who prefer some of the older. This is just some of the folks. And I realize I'm over 8 minutes already. So I'm going to kind of go through this quickly. I'm going to put the links down in the cellar. And many of these quote-unquote folks on the oldies list you might already know about. The newer ones you may not know about, but I would encourage you to check them out for yourselves and see who are these folks you may have an interest in subbing, and go ahead and do that. On the oldies list, and this is no particular order, I'm just going to start with the mayor of the YTPC, Mr. Derek Tant. The guy has a fantastic channel. He's got fantastic content. He's a fantastic personality, and smell my beard. Go check him out, Derek Tant. Next on the list, if Derek's the mayor of the YTPC, in my opinion, the grandfather of the YTPC might be Matches 860. The guy is a staple in the community. Content is wonderful. Presentations are wonderful. If you aren't subscribing to Matches, I don't know what rock you've been living under. Matches 860 again. Link down in the cellar. Next is a truly American English blend. it's the Peaches 13. They're a fantastic couple. She's an American. He's a Brit, and they have wonderful videos that they post. I'm laughing because I just saw one. They had, I think it's John Bull tobacco, and it has a picture. It's got the British flag, and it's got a picture of a bulldog on it. And he said, "Look, they even have to make it English, they even have a picture of the Queen." That was terrible. Okay, number 4 on this 5 for Friday of the oldies. This guy, I just really, I get mesmerized watching his videos. I think it's his voice. He has a great voice, and it's NW Pipe Smoker, Northwest Pipe Smoker. He philosophizes, he walks through the woods, he smokes his pipe, and he captivates. It's a great channel. Go check him out. And then my 5th on the 5 for Friday for the oldies is the Artful Codger. I don't know what else to say. This guy's channel and material and content is just fantastic. Again, down in the cellar. If you don't know him, you need to go watch, and watch his documentary on Velvet Tobacco. I mean, that thing could have been done for like PBS. It's fantastic. It really is well done. Now, on the newer side, these are some folks that I think you may have an interest in that I enjoy watching. Maybe you won't have an interest, but check them out just to see. The first one is kind of a little higher up on the subs. He's got in excess of 300. He's from down under in Australia, Magician Piper. He goes by the stage name Jack Daniels, where he does his magic act, and he's just I've enjoyed watching him over the past year plus, where he came to the YTPC as a brand new pipe smoker. I still remember he had a couple of corn cobs and like a half an ounce of some McClellan blend, and he's just a fantastic presenter, a warm character, and I think you'd enjoy him. Magician Piper. Another one, 200 plus subscribers, Fly Fishing Piper. Great guy, great content, wonderful videos, great family man. I'll recommend him. I think you'd enjoy him as well. Now we're getting into the 100 or maybe a little less than 100 and such, and these are really on the newer end, so they could use the support, give them some encouragement. I'm going to throw these 3 names out to you for this 5 for Friday. Brass Tacks, just good stuff. Again, I believe less than 100 subs. Let's get him above 100. Pottsville Piper, right slightly above 100, I believe, and you think, well, wait a minute, I know Pottsville Piper. That guy had like 1,000 subscribers or something. And for whatever reason, and I think he's got a video about it, he had to delete his channel and start over. So, good content, good presenter, great guy. Let's rebuild his channel, Pottsville Piper. Again, link in the cellar. And then the final on my 5 for Friday this week, and maybe I'll make this a regular too, because I think it's a good thing that Ghost Cobb does. Number 5 recommendation is a channel called Blowing Smoke. First video posted maybe a month or so ago. Just a good old boy, genuine as all get out. Love listening to him and watching him and learning from him, and I think you would too. So Ghost Cobb, I know it's been a rough time for you, brother, and you remain in my prayers. I love that video you put up that you said no pity, no boo-hooing. You're a tough SOB. Those were your words, and I know you are. And I thank you for inspiring and encouraging me, my friend. And to all of you out in the YTPC, this is Padre Piper, wishing you and yours God's peace, grace, and blessings. And let all that you do be done out of love. God bless you. And God bless you, Sean.